Hi guys, it's Owl's Tarot, and this is going to be a review slash unboxing of the Wild Unknown Archetypes Deck, okay, by Kim Krans. And this is a relatively new deck. If you're not aware of it, it's Kim Krans' new deck, and she does the one with the animals, and also she has her own tarot deck, which I have in my collection, and it's really beautiful. She does like this watercolory, very colorful, very bright and interesting type of art. Okay, so I'm gonna be doing an unboxing of this. This is a relatively new deck, so I'm gonna have the link of it in Amazon as well, Amazon or wherever you can get it. I got it in my bookstore, so I was really happy that I was able to see it in my bookstore, and I immediately got it because I was waiting for it to be released. Anyways, so I'm going to be doing an unboxing and review slash I'm going to be going over the cards and what they look like and all that. Okay, so stay tuned, and thank you so much for watching. And if you like this video, please subscribe so I can make a lot more. Okay, bye. Alright, so let's begin with the actual unboxing of the cards, okay? Of the deck. And first of all, I'm going to be going over and showing you guys what the sides and the front and the back looks like, okay? So the front is basically, you know, kind of the title and this beautiful illustration. And then the sides are basically the same thing. It's very colorful watercolor drawings, which she's mostly known for. And the back is basically kind of gives you a little excerpt on the cards, okay? And it says, "Welcome to the Wild Unknown Archetypes. You will find within 78 circular cards in a round box, lavishly illustrated 224-page guidebook. From the wellspring of the collective unconsciousness emerges images that appear in dreams of every culture, illuminating our multiplicity and uniting us in the endless story of humanity. These archetypes, their limitless potential is yours to behold as you travel to the realm of dreams, visions, and myth. May you always be on the inner quest." Okay, so this is kind of like what the back looks like, and it shows you a few of the cards. What I do know from this deck, it's the cards are circular. They're not square or, you know, the typical tarot shape, which I find extremely cool because you have like a different method of painting, you know, circular. And also a different method of like shuffling the cards, you know, because usually tarot cards are like in squares and stuff. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and unbox it. Okay, so I'm going to open it from this side. Cool. So this is the actual deck, and it has like a little paper back thing in front of it. So we're going to go ahead and put that to the side, which I always like to have this and then put it back whenever I use the cards or use any type of cards that have this. Okay. So this is the actual box. It's super, super beautiful. It has the same illustration in the front, and, you know, it has like this really colorful watercolor drawings and the same imagery right here. Okay, so this is what the inside looks like. And it says, reject none, accept all. So it's one of those magnetic boxes. Okay, and this is the actual guidebook. So it's very, very precise and very, very long. So, you know, it kind of explains all of the card meanings, I'm sure. Because it has a very specific meaning and a very specific, like, mythology, you know? Because usually a tarot deck just kind of has its own little interpretation, but since it's already a tarot deck, people know how to use it. So this is kind of an oracle deck. The fact that, you know, it has its own meanings and its own interpretations. And this is what the cards look like. And this is also in a round box right here. So it has its own case within this box case. Okay, and the inside is very cool. It has kind of like this jewelry graphic and a little pull-out ribbon right here. Super, super cool. This is like a beautiful type of deck that you can collect. And since I personally love to collect tarot decks, I see them as art pieces, at like art collections. This would be a beautiful set to actually collect and keep in a little in its little box. And I'm pretty sure you can use this as well as like a box to keep other stuff in, because this already has its own little box as well. So that's also an alternative. So I'm going to set that aside. I love the size of the cards. I thought they were going to be actually smaller than this, but they're very, very substantial. So the drawings are going to be really interesting. Yeah, so this is the hard case box. And this is the Archetypes Guidebook. Okay, so I'm going to go over the guidebook before anything, okay? So I'm going to set the cards aside. So it has, you know, the little illustrations, the Wild Unknown. Okay, so it has also this like watercolory drawings right here. It's absolutely beautiful. I encourage you guys to actually see this, to get this deck in person, because it's so cool the way that she designs things. And here's the page of content. So, you know, if you're doing a reading and stuff, you can go back to this content page and like go to the card. Okay, so it's list all of them, and I believe they have different classifications. Right here we have the selves, the places, the intentions, the tools. Yeah, so it has 4 different classifications. So that was the beginning excerpt of the deck. Okay, so that kind of gives you an idea what this deck is about, what the author intended to make with this deck, what she wanted to put out there, and basically how to interpret certain things, okay? And this says the sphere of influence. Awakening the Archetypes. Arc plus type. The original of its kind, the first image, the inherited emerging pattern, the initial and eternal energy. Archetypes are patterns. Archetypes are universal. Archetypes are timeless. Archetypes are infinite. Archetypes contain both light and dark. Archetypes use image. And last but not least, they insist on the imagination. They insist on multiplicity. They insist on the collective. Archetypes versus stereotypes. So this is such a beautiful deck because not only is it an actual oracle deck, it's a book in a way, you know. It's a lot of very deep and thoughtful meanings. Okay, and here we go at understanding the deck. Okay, so we have the 4 different classifications. We have the selves, the places, the tools, and the initiations, okay? And using the cards. Before you begin, there are limitless ways to use this deck. Reading the cards for yourself or someone else is only one possibility. Below are additional ideas. I hope you find many along the way. Okay, so you can use them as archetypal study, divination, or image inspiration. So here, you know, it has the ways that you can do a 1-card spread, 3-card spread, 4-card spread, and it gives you kind of an outline for each. 5-card spread, another 5-card spread. So it has really beautiful ideas on how to interpret, how to create a spread, and you know, it has its own little meanings for them. And then also it talks about card rotation, because in normal tarot decks you have the reverse cards, and since these are round, you know, the fact that they're reversed, it kind of gives you one option to read the cards upright. Option 2, treat the card orientation as an added layer of meaning. So, you know, like regular tarot decks, you can also see the card's rotation as a different meaning. It just depends on you as a reader. And then we have the final thoughts page. Okay, so now it goes over the selves, which is one of the classifications. And here it has all of the archetypes, the selves. And these are humans. And these have so many different cards, so you have a lot to look over. Then we have the places. Okay, and this goes over all of the archetypal places classifications. And then we have the tools. So these are all the classifications for tools, like the ring, the medallion. Okay, and then we have last is the initiations, okay? So, yeah. And this is the end of the actual book. So there's a lot to read from this actual book. It's it seems like a deck that actually has a lot of layers to it. It's not just one meaning and then you're over and done with it, you know, because usually some decks just have one meaning, you read it and, you know, you get one meaning from it. This, you can arrive your own conclusions to certain things, you know, it kind of guides you in a way that you can think about things in a different perspective. So I'm going to be going over the cards. Okay, now we're gonna be going over the actual cards, and I'm gonna be showing you guys each of them. Okay. So, like I mentioned, it has the rounded box right here. And the inside has like the drawing that's in the front inside the box. And the backing of the cards is kind of like a watercolor-ish diamond or crystal or rhinestone. Okay, and it has its own little ribbon right here to remove the cards. And the inside has the same drawing. Okay, so I'm going to be setting those aside so you can see the actual cards. Okay, so the backing is super duper cool. Okay. So as you can see, they're rounded. And it's also very hard stock. And if you have heard the Wild Unknown Tarot, you would know that she does actual thicker hard stock. Okay, so let's go over the cards. All right. So the first one is the Mother. The Father. The Starborn. The Eternal Child. The Orphan. The Mentor. I love this one with the owl on the top because my channel is Owls Tarot, and I've always loved the imagery of owls. The Poet. And as you can tell, all of the cards have the numbering on top. They're rounded and they have a little solid pencil mark with the watercolors right here. And it also has like deep black shades as well as the colorful watercolor. The Maiden. The Hunter. The Warrior. The Queen. The King. The Crone. The Judge. The Shapeshifter. The Shaman. The Lover. The Siren. The Animal. The Pilgrim. The Mystic. The Creator. The Destroyer. The Sustainer. The Healer. I love the colors on this one. The Comic. The Unseen. The Shadow. Oh, this one is so beautiful. The Self. The One. The heart. This one reminds me of the Six of Swords. You see with the imagery of a boat and a paddle and two people. The cave. The mountain. Love the colors on this one as well. And this one, the river. The ocean. Oh, I love this one so much. I love these type of colors. The forest. The desert. I love these type of pinks mixed with yellows. The bridge. The temple. The dead end. The village. The empty room. The castle. The box. The threshold. The womb. Love these colors and effects. The storm. The underworld. The fault line. The bardo. The flame. The tear. The riddle. The vow. The vision. Oh, I love this one with the two barn owls right here. I have a feeling I'm going to really love this card. The gem. I love the use of blacks and whites with the pops of colors. The ring. The nectar. The medallion. The kiss. The mask. The sword. The venom. The offering. The prayer. The seed. The stone. The mirror. The vessel. The thread. Eros. Agape. Thanatos. Hopefully I'm spelling that right. I'm saying that right. Apocalypsis. Genosis. Kratos. Aletheia. And Anima Mundi, which is, this is, I believe, a Carl Jung philosophy of anima and anima and one of those. I forgot the other one. But this is the last card. So So as you can see, it's a very, very hard stock, and it has so many cards. So it's a lot to learn from and to discover in this deck. So I don't feel like this is a deck that you will ever get tired of or exhaust the interpretations, because it even gives you ideas on how to do different spreads depending on this deck and depending on what you want to get read. But it's very philosophical, and I feel like that makes it even more interesting. You know, it doesn't have just a one-dimensional meaning. So I'm super excited to use it. Hopefully this can help you guys wanting to purchase this deck, because it's super exciting, and I can't wait to use it in the readings coming up, okay? So this was the unboxing / review on this super beautiful deck, and hopefully it inspires you in some way, shape, or form, even artistically, or just as a reader or someone who's interested in tarot or oracle decks, okay? So if you like this video, subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for being here. Bye.